Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and in this video we're going to continue our work on our user dashboard by actually building out a table and working with the data in our Blaze templates. So let's get started right now. Cool, so now let's go ahead and actually build our table out. So let's come here, and we have all of our users, which are going to be accessed with our all users. So we can now have a new helper, which is going to be template.users.helpers. And now inside of here, it accepts an object, and we have a users, and users can be equal to a function where we return user meteor.users.find, and we're going to go ahead and grab all of them. Actually, don't need those in here. Okay, so now we're going to grab all of the users. They're going to be set to users, and we can now should have access to them inside of our template here, where we can then say pound each users, and we can end that like this. We could say each here. Now let's just go ahead and output a span with the users' names. What we're looking for is profile.firstname. So we can say profile.firstname. So now we're going to get all of the users' first names out here, and obviously that needs to be within curly brackets here. And now we should have access to all of the users' first names. You'll remember, and as you can see, I've set all of them to Scott, so that just says Scott. Now this isn't great information, but it's a good start. Now let's go ahead and see if I can grab an email. Now, because the emails here are sort of hard to get at, we have emails, address, let's go ahead and modify our helper in users.js, and let's have a new helper, and it can just be comma user email. Now this will show you some of the power of Blaze here. So we can say user email is going to be a function, and we're going to return, and now we get to use this dot emails, and then we can grab the first email. So we're using this, remember it's an array, we can get the first property of an array is by with the bracket 0, and then say address. So we have this user email helper is going to look at the current email and grab the address from the first in the array. We can now use that in here by, let's just do some brackets here. I'm going to be cleaning this HTML up too, so don't worry. We have now have user email, and if we come back, get rid of this, we can see our usernames and emails next to each other. Now, this is great. Some of our users don't have names, and that's all right. Let's go ahead and actually make a table now. So we can have, before this each, a table, and we can have a tr, and then actually, I'm going to use Emmet for this. So I'm going to say tr, and inside of that, we're going to have a th, and we're going to have, let's say, what kind of information do we want out of these users? We could grab their email, we could grab their ID, because that's going to be useful to us as an admin. We could get their first name. We might want to have their roles at some point. We can maybe just check if they're an admin, and maybe we want their created at as well. So we have created at, we'll have their admin, we'll have created at, we'll have their admin rights, we'll have their first name, we'll have their email, and their ID. So that's 5 things. We can say th times 5. And let's go ahead. We can say ID, email, first name, created at, and then we can lastly have admin. So this is going to actually sort of be a question here. It's going to just be a yes or no, or true or false. So now what we want to do is come in here into our loop and have a tr, and close that tr out. Okay, the first one is going to be the ID, so td, and we can have underscore ID. Okay, we can have another td. I actually want 4 more td, so I can just do td times 4 tab. Cool. Now we can grab the email. So if you remember, we had that with the user email helper that we made. We can grab the profile.firstname. we can get the created at date, which is going to be, if we scroll down, created at. Now we can make this a lot prettier, and we will, than the current date we're going to get. Let's actually get rid of the span while we're at it. And lastly, we can actually use our helper that we had up in here, the is admin. So let's actually grab this is enroll admin and paste this in here within curly brackets. So this is going to give us a true or false if they're an admin or not. Let's go ahead and save this, and let's head back to our page and check out the results. So you can see we have a table, although ugly. I'll be updating the styles to make this table look a little bit better. We have all the information that we could possibly want from users here. We have their ID, email, first name, and created ad. However, we definitely have a problem here with this admin. Let's go ahead and create a helper for the admin itself so we don't have to rely on this is role admin helper, because this is clearly not working in this situation. Let's go ahead and make our own and just say is admin. Save this, head to users, and let's make we have to have a comma here because of course this is an object, is admin function. And now we want to return, and we'll use our is an admin function. We can grab that from here in our publish, which was roles.user is enroll. Paste it in here, and this is going to say it's going to return if the user is in role. However, right now it's saying this dot user ID. What we want it to say is this dot underscore ID, because in the publish function this dot user ID refers to the current user. And that was the problem with the built-in helper as well. The helper was checking if the current user was an admin, so obviously it's going to say yes to all of them. In this particular example, we wanted to check for each line item, so we're going to pass in the current user that it's looping over, and then grab their ID, and then check if they're an admin. Super cool. So let's go ahead, and we can now see that only one of these, sco@gmail.com, which is the currently logged in user, is set to an admin. The other ones don't have anything. So we could always make this a little bit nicer by turning this into a ternary, where we could say question mark admin, and then, or we could have it be normal. Okay? So now it's going to check, and if it's true, it's going to output admin. Otherwise, they're just a normal user, and now we can see admin straight normals. Cool, so we've gotten some work here. We're building this table out. It's looking a little bit nicer. I'm gonna come back in the next video with some styles for this table that we can drop in here and make this look quite a bit nicer. And then we're gonna get into some detailed pages where you can actually modify and edit the users on your site. As always, this is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, head over to store.leveluptutorials.com and see what's available for sale. I've made over 800 free YouTube tutorial videos. I plan on doing at least 200 to 300 this year alone. So if you want to help support the creation of free tutorials and keep as many of them as free as possible, head over to store.leveluptutorials.com and purchase something to help support the creation of the free videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.